about 15 flops of Akshay Kumar.
Before, yes.
And then Janwar comes.
In fact, there's a very strange story of a producer of a movie which came just before January. Process of the conversation, he slid down to the floor and he was just, he couldn't believe that he was a part of a story that was so emotional, and he had just lost his father also then.
आप दोनों की ये जो दोस्ती है वो काफ़ी फिल्मों में रही. About 7 films together.
मेरी उनसे दोस्ती नहीं थी कभी.
अच्छा.
वो मुझे कहीं ना कहीं एक गुरु का दर्जा उस वक्त देते थे
जी.
और मैं उसे निभाता था. I was not controlling his career, but I was guiding him in the right way. I didn't expect Akshay to back out. Not that I did anything for him. I'm not claiming anything.
Yeah.
I think that's very cheap to claim. Hi, I'm Suneel Darshan, filmmaker, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Hello guys, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. My name is Urmin और आज हमारे साथ प्रोड्यूसर, डायरेक्टर, फिल्ममेकर सुनील दर्शन है. Hi Sunil ji, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you, Urmin.
So nice to see you. We have enjoyed your films, and let me just start off by saying that आप उन फिल्म डायरेक्टर्स, प्रोड्यूसर्स में से है जिनकी फिल्में जो है हमने ज़्यादा री-वॉचेस जो है टीवी पे देखी हैं. Would you agree to that?
Yes, बहुत स्ट्रेंज बात है, लेकिन टेलीविज़न और डिजिटल बोथ द स्पेसेस में मेरा कंटेंट जो है अमेजिंग व्यूअरशिप और रिकॉल्स एंड रिपीट व्यूज लाता रहा है. एंड नॉट जस्ट देयर एक्चुअली, बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस इज मीडिया में तो वही पता चलता है जो मीडिया को प्रोवाइड किया जाता है. बट आई एम अवेयर ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट इन इंडिया, वेयर इंडिया इज कंसर्न, whether it's UP or whether it's Bihar or it's MP, and it's the inner cities that you have. So the films keep playing repeatedly again and again.
And that recall value is just
yes. It's a very strange thing, but that's what's happening.
जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, there have been like about 15 flops of Akshay Kumar.
Before, yes.
And then Janwar comes.
In fact, there's a very strange story of a producer of a movie which came just before January. Who Akshay Kumar said the movie is on Friday, but till there was no publicity out, and there were no banners and hoardings out. And the producer actually replied to him and said, "Tumhari auqat nahi hai." And he came here to this office up here, and he was in tears. He was so humiliated. When you're not doing well, people don't let you be. They push you down deeper.
Yeah.
And that's the stage he was going through. And I said, "Oh, this is very, very bad, because he's the hero of my movie also." So immediately I went to Mr. Rahul and Himanshu Nanda, who were the designers for the film publicity. I said, within the next 48 hours, I want to take the biggest site in Bombay, which was the Jew, and a backlit banner, which used to be really expensive there. I said, I would design this thing of Akshay Kumar's photograph as the principal thing, and have a backlit thing going for it, and put it up there, and see that we don't put Karishma or Shilpa on the poster.
Okay.
It should be dedicated to the star, because the star needs to have the confidence, which people are trying to shatter of us.
Wow.
Yeah. And yes, just then after that, coincidentally, a few days after that, Akshay Kumar's father also passed away. His father was a diehard fan of Janwar. And he used to come to watch the rushes, and he used to love the movie. And I thought Akshay Kumar was a great, he was very good working. He promised me 110% when I signed him, and he delivered 95%, which is a very tall order.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So
and it seems like आप दोनों की ये जो दोस्ती है वो काफी फिल्मों में रही. About 7 films together.
मेरी उनसे दोस्ती नहीं थी कभी.
अच्छा.
वो मुझे कहीं ना कहीं एक गुरु का दर्जा उस वक्त देते थे.
जी.
और मैं उसे निभाता था. I was not controlling his career, but I was guiding him in the right way, from what I perceived as right. And Janwar happened. The movie took a little time to take off because the hero before had 15 flops.
Yeah.
Like there's Unchai released, and even though it has Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, I mean, there's nobody beyond him.
Correct.
But the start was slow because of the backlog, the flops that he had before his movies. And yes. It went on to become a phenomenal hit, although the media did not recognize it.
पर ये कहना सही रहेगा that you helped him when he needed a hit the most.
मैंने कोई हेल्प नहीं की. हेल्प ऊपर वाला करता है. उसका आशीर्वाद होता है. I was just the means. Yes, I dedicated myself, a lot of myself, तन मन धन से कहते हैं ना जैसे, to creating someone that I believed in. I wanted to make a star happen. I'd worked with a star, and I was really, I'd seen that star fall from a pedestal.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'll create a star there.
Wow.
And with that determination, I went ahead. The movie became, by the grace of God, it became a big hit. And I was invited by then a very big producer whose son's movie was about to release, and he invited me to watch the rushes, and I went and watched it. And Akshay got to know that I had gone to this guy's office. Now, we have relationships of that
Correct.
kind where someone offers you respect. So I was like, he came to me and asked me, "Are you actually not signing me in the next movie?" So I said, I was a bit surprised. Some people bitching around must have gone and communicated something of that sort. And I said, no, I don't think I've, I never intended to do that. I didn't even decide what was my next step. But I thought I had such a deep relationship with this actor of my film, that it was a naturally born conclusion that I would make films with him.
Yeah.
But in that period, what happens is that he tells me, he came here and took me out, and he said, I'm there to make 100 movies. आप मेरे से agreement sign करा दीजिए. I'll do 100 movies with you, and I'm committed to you. Da 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 da. I said, very good. I'd experienced the muck, so I thought this was a lot better.
Yeah.
And I went on. I decided to start my next movie with him. Ek Rishta was born. We were sitting. He invited me to his house for lunch, dinner one night. Said, "Ab kya banaoge aap mere saath?" So I just narrated another idea of mine to him.
This was Ek Rishta.
Ek Rishta, immediately after. And we're just talking, And the process of the conversation, he slid down to the floor, and he was just, he couldn't believe that he was a part of a story that was so emotional, and he had just lost his father also then. Yeah. So his emotional ends were quite ignited. And yes, then after the moment I finished this thing, he said he was so thankful, that I thought a story like this for him.
Yeah.
He asked me, "Who do you think is a father?" I said, "I have no idea."
अच्छा तो तब नहीं डिसाइड
किया था कि it wasn't so planned.
Okay.
भाई आप मुझे कहानी कुछ आप क्या बनाना चाहते हो, ऐसी एक कहानी है बना दूंगा.
हाँ.
वो कहानी मैंने सुनाई उनको, मुझे इसके फादर कौन है, मैंने वो तो सोचा ही नहीं. अभी तो मैंने तो सिर्फ तो मेरा मेन कैरेक्टर था अजय, वो सोचा था. तो बोले फादर कौन है. And I was like 2 or 3 days later, the buzz in the industry went around and starting, doing my next movie with him, and then the father's role there. And I got this call from Mr. Bachchan, and he expressed a desire to be a part of it. I was overjoyed. I was honored, to be honest. That was the only time in life I felt I'd arrived, to be honest.
Wow.
When you get a call from a star and an actor, Amitabh Bachchan then, and forever for that matter. And yes, he wanted to come back, and then he had just signed a movie with Yash Raj, which was Mohabbatein, and then Karan Johar had gone and signed for Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, and then Ek Rishta happened, and he was doing a film for his own production called Aks, and stuff like that, And Ek Rishta started, and we were supposed to make that movie over a period of 1 year, but in the first schedule itself, we get to know Juhi Chawla has gone pregnant.
Oh.
So she was cast in the movie. We were working together again. So I said, I'm not changing Juhi for anything in the world in this movie. I said, kya kare? So I called Akshay. I said, Akshay, your deeds need to be prioritized for this project, obviously. I went to Mr. Bachchan. I explained the problem. So he said, Suneel, I'm there.
Yeah.
Now start working on how you'll make it happen. So I said, before Juhi's pregnancy starts showing, which is only 3 months,
correct,
I have to finish this movie, at least finish her work.
Yeah.
And we started shooting for that movie sometime in October 2000. And October, November, December, we had finished her work, except for 1-2 scenes, which were left for the end. And after then, she had the baby, and then I shot the movie. We finished. Karishma was there. Rakhi ji was there. Yeah. It was like one family meeting every day. And Mr. Bachchan was so generous. He would shoot from 9 to 6 for Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. and come to me at 7 p.m. every evening and shoot with me till 2 a.m. every morning.
Wow.
That was, his zeal, enthusiasm. And I realized he was 58 then, if I'm not wrong. But it was all intact, just as mine is to make films even today.
And then moving forward to 2005.
2004 actually was the year. Then I had a gap, I was supposed to start Barsat in 2003 end. But one day before, the sets were about to start getting erected.
Okay.
I got a call from Akshay Kumar saying that he was under a lot of pressure, some date problems he had run into for producers, and he needed to accommodate those dates elsewhere and stuff like that. So I thought it's okay. Maybe he must be under some stress or duress about things. And so the alternative was worked out, and 6 months later we started the movie.
Okay.
The sets were put up again. A massive set was put up. I had this song. By then I'd recorded the entire music track of the film.
Okay.
And we were totally ready to get in the movie and get out. That's the way I made my movies.
Correct.
So, yes, we shot the song between Akshay and Priyanka. There was amazing chemistry. I thought the song looked beautiful, aesthetic, no vulgarity, no obscenity, very sensuous. Yeah, we shot the song, and then Priyanka went for a world tour immediately.
Okay.
And when she came back, I don't know what happened in between, but I just got a call from Akshay saying that, "Sir, Suneel, I need to meet you." So I was quite surprised that he needed to meet me. Meant he was here every day for 7 years, though he was, there was not a day when he didn't come here and meet me. And so I said, "Oh, something serious maybe." So I went to meet him on the sets. He was shooting for a movie called Waqt, and he said, he had a lot of date issues and all. But by then I had also got to know, of the other issues that had come up.
Like?
Between him and his wife had issues about Priyanka, I was told.
Why so?
Well, I personally feel that actors do, and the profession has its own hazards, So sometimes the proximity, sometimes the individual's own lifestyles, how it is. All these things come into the way, and then the media blows it out of proportion, and without realizing the responsibility of how much of damage or loss a filmmaker could suffer because of that.
Yeah.
I was not a person who encouraged or discouraged anything. I was there vis-a-vis my film.
Yeah.
I don't interfere into people's personal lives. I never wanted to do it also.
So are you saying that there was an issue with Twinkle and Priyanka? I
don't know what, but that's what I eventually summed up.
Okay.
So Akshay had to drop out of the movie.
Okay.
And I had the sets were put up. The unit was all engaged. Katrina Kaif, who was in the movie earlier, was dropped because she could not adjust her dates for the fresh scheduling. And Bipasha came in immediately.
Okay.
And then we got to know Akshay's out. So what do we do?
Oh my.
So I was just, either the film had to be dropped, or I had to somewhere, exercise some kind of a stroke of intelligence. And I got a call from Bobby Deol's secretary, and maybe he got to know what it was. I never know. And he mentioned to me that if there's anything Bobby could do, they would love to work with us and all. So I said, fine. I said, let's meet up later in the day. We met up, and I had an issue with Sunny Deol. So actually, at that point, me casting Bobby would have not been a wise decision.
Correct.
Because, but I always felt that Sunny and Bobby were individuals, so whatever, then they were different. Bobby was always a warm boy.
But did you ever speak to Bobby about, your past with Sunny Deol?
I never spoke to any of them. I'm sure their family is so closely knit
that
they know the realities. Whether they accept or not is a different thing.
Suneel ji, आपने कहा that during the shoot of your film, Akshay was also shooting Waqt, the Race Against Time. And that film had Priyanka in it.
Yeah, but that was being completed, the tail end.
Okay.
That was
so
finishing.
That went ahead. And Akshay did go ahead and also do Etraz, which came later?
No, Etraz was already done. Etraz was released by that. Etraz was already on the sets by then. So the only thing that was the new film could not start.
Right.
And it was not a new film because you already shot a song.
Yeah.
you know. But then maybe whatever. I don't want
But
to
is
get
it
into.
normal for actors to back out after commitments? Because the film is already in the process.
I think this process has been there. Actors have been known to back out often. But I didn't expect Akshay to back out. Not after, not that I did anything for him. I'm not claiming anything.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's very cheap to claim. But I thought there was a certain sense of responsibility he owed. But if I thought what happens also is, you know, when 20 top filmmakers start chasing you, you start thinking and believing you're God. And eventually you lose that
The
the
balance.
stability.
Yeah.
And maybe that had just started creeping in. And yes, it did not. Barsat did not happen. I always you know, it made a difference to the film because as a filmmaker, I'm emotional. My stories, my everything comes from. It's very organic for me.
True.
So now I'm seeing a person I worked with in about 6 or 7 movies, and suddenly 6 movies by then was suddenly out of the film. And Bobby came in, you know, and Bobby also unprepared walks into the movie. We start shooting 4 days later, and we finish the movie in the next 55 days.
Wow.
You know, it was a planned film, it's just replacing someone and doing it.
Correct.
Having said that, still, for me, and I strongly say that, it's a statement that I will stand by. I think Barsat is Priyanka Chopra's finest movie, finest role, most well performed role. A traditional girl, you know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people. That's what heroes are made of, you know. So her role was brilliant, and I thought she did it very well. Barsat would have been a big hit according to me, but the movie got stuck between Amir Khan's movie and Salman Khan's movie. There was an Amir Khan movie called Mangal Pandey, and there was Salman Khan's No Entry.
Okay.
And you know, my date coincided because the movie got delayed,
Right.
so we couldn't wait.
Yeah.
And we didn't expect No Entry to be released, and that came in 5 days later. But having said that, Barsat was a success.
Yes, of course.
Yes, Bobby Deol's movies before Barsat, I'll just put to your attention, normally did about 25 to 50,000 pounds in UK. The set of movies that he did before, but Barsat did almost £500,000. So that is a measure for success. For me, a measure of success always was that an actor who does anything less than 500,000 pounds in UK still needs to, you know, toil
Yeah.
harder.
I like the producer language that's coming out.
But that's not producer. My language is more of an analyst of an experience that I
Well,
had.
of course, of course.
So that was yes, it was. The only thing was the kind of media that happened in India again. I had a premiere here, and thereafter, a lot of media mills were employed to kill it.
Why?
This was a norm that happened to all my movies, and I don't know why that happened. It happened to Ek Rishta. It
So
happened to
you
Ek
did
Rishta.
feel
It
that
happened
there's
to
a
Janwar.
pattern that was...
Yes, there was a pattern that was followed. There was also a certain fear, or I would call it a rivalry or what it was that was around, where people felt that, you know, if these two Darshan brothers, you know, at the pace at which they are coming, you know, they'll just have taken over the mantle from a lot of people who were holding the mantle till then. And yes, Dharmesh was having his share of successes. I had my share of success, and with that 5-year span, you know, it was a lot to handle. So there were a lot of pressures. There were external pressures that we would go through. The underworlds were there, and you know, and you had to. They did exert a lot of pressure.
Did you encounter something like this?
Yes, it was all there, recorded with the police here.
Okay.
And Mr. M.N. Singh, who was then the commissioner, was very helpful and very supporting. But a filmmaker needs freedom, you know. When you make films, you have to be mentally free, relaxed, and all these things only take that toll.
As an actor, I'm sure, but Priyanka must have known, right, that Akshay is not doing the film. Did she ever ask you that what
No,
happened?
strangely, never. But then she had no reason to ask me. She could always ask it. I mean, I'm sure relationships.
Did you all speak about this entire
No,
thing?
this is something that was best left, you know. But because Akshay committed to me that he would do that film immediately after. And yes, I finished Barsat in those 55 days. And then I had Akshay's dates thereafter for Dosti.
Okay.
So it was a pleasure working with Bobby, though. He's an actor who hasn't got his due recognition. I'll tell you one thing.
True.
According to me, he's the finest of the duels as an actor also. And there are a horde of them.
Yeah.
But that was my personal, I stand by my belief to
Okay.
that. And there was Kareena Kapoor, she was a part of the Kapoor clan. And as Chintuji, he used to always tease me that eventually you are the caretaker.
Nice. Moving ahead to, a lot of other films that you did, was there a change in the kind of relationship that y'all had between Akshay and you?
When I started Dosti, I did not expect my experiences that I faced in that movie.
Okay.
I was allotted 60 days for the movie, but I shot his portion of the movie. He allotted 60 days of Akshay Kumar, but after my experience in the first schedule, I said, now, I think things have changed. So I shot his entire work in the movie, if I'm not wrong, in 24 days and finished it. There was one song left to be shot thereafter, for which he didn't turn up, and I said, maybe that's destiny. So I shot that song without him on Bobby Deol and Lara Datta.
Okay.
And I said, the movie is complete.
So there was a change in the air. There was something different.
Yeah,
now.
yes, a lot of. I understood the pressures that he was undergoing. Pressure of stardom was all, and it had just come in afresh. So those pressures, he was. Some tolls had to be taken, and maybe I was supposed to be the one who had to. I suddenly became the bad boy.
What theory do you have about this entire change, if asked?
What happens is the people who actually, hold your finger and lead you there, often are the people who need to be sidelined first. And having said that, it's not that we broke up or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just that
It felt like a breakup.
After when Dosti got completed, we went to do an event in Delhi, a promotional event, which I told the secretary that he should attend. And we came back on the same flight, and then I went my way and he went his way, and after that till today we never met.
Okay, so there has been no connection.
No, we never met.
No calls,
No.
interaction.
There was a call. Once he wished me for my birthday. I must have sent him a few messages also.
Okay.
And then somehow, something, honesty was the premise and the base of my relationship with him. And somewhere that had got eroded. I thought it's time to move. It's wonderful for him. And I feel very happy for him. A lot of people might be thinking, I grudge his success. I'm so happy. I'm like, I actually feel like a parent who feels happy that, there's someone who the whole world neglected or ran down. There was a time in his career at the start when we started working together, and he would tell me, these particular filmmakers, they talk like this about me behind my back. And I would say, don't worry, Akshay. When your time is good, they'll all be the first ones to come back to you. And then I saw him do their movies. I would only smile. I would never have no grudge. It's something that's the reason. And I have no greed also.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I've gone and done as, a chapusi, which, how producers are today compelled to do. Maybe he would have done my movie, obliged, being a great guy. But that opportunity, I don't think.
Do you miss working with Akshay?
To be honest, I don't miss working with him. I've been through that phase with him. I was very happy working with him. When it ended, I thought this was maybe you have to move ahead in life.
इतने सालों बाद आपने एक गाना, unreleased गाना, you put it on your platform. वो पहली बरसात. So what made you put that song out, finally release it?
Okay, I'll tell you what happened with me. I had forgotten about that song.
Okay.
And I thought the negatives had got destroyed, etc., etc., etc. A few months back, we had a cleanup at the godown.
Okay.
It was a cold storage. And there my editor comes to me and says, "Sir, ये कुछ 4 डब्बे मिले हैं." So check करने किया तो पता चला कि भाई इसके अंदर 2 गाना शूट किया पड़ा है. I had not even edited that song then. So I said, okay, come on, now this is there. The negatives are there. Sent it to a laboratory, got the processing and stuff going with it, and got it transferred. And I thought it looks beautiful. So I edited the song, and I thought, why not give it to the audience?
Yeah.
People will love to watch something like that. Also, Akshay Kumar and Priyanka Chopra were a very good pair.
True.
They were very similar in a lot of their personal traits, we'll say. So, and my movies, I thought Akshay Kumar always looked exceptionally good. For whatever reason, I don't know. But you watch, I thought he was properly looked after. You never saw his jaw, when he smiles. I tried to give my best. It was not about gratification ever. That Akshay Kumar mere liye kuch karega. I don't think I ever asked him for anything in life.
So, one song gets shot, and then there's a world tour that Priyanka does, and then you get a call from Akshay. Do you think that probably releasing that song now, which probably was the cause of him leaving the film, could have also created a
The
little
song
bit
was
of...
not the cause of leaving the film.
Maybe after...
There was some... That was the personal issues it must have been. And the personal issues should not disturb a film, not disturb creativity.
True.
And coming from, from people who have been... families have been in films. They've seen the hazards. They know what happens. And I personally, as someone asked me, I don't believe that maybe it was... the wife could be wrongly insinuated. Because she herself has been an actress. She's done films with Shah Rukh Khan, with Salman Khan, with Amir Khan, with Akshay Kumar, with Ajay Devgan. Who she's not done it with, isn't it? So if she's done so much of work here, so she too should,
Yeah.
She understands these only professional hazards. People, no one gets so, serious about... They're more serious about their careers, and especially the kind of benefits they have today. So why will you... But anyway, it happened. It was... Maybe there's some things that are destined to happen. Hi, I'm Suneel Darshan, filmmaker, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.